Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. So this was actually the second knife that was sent in the recent Artisan Cutlery package, but each knife in that box definitely deserved its own video. So we're going to check out what this is today. Thank you so much to CJRB / Artisan Cutlery for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I am very certain I know what this is. And if I'm correct, it is available right now. This is a new knife from CJRB. So I'll link it right down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you. So let's go ahead and find out. I have not actually been in this box yet. Feels honestly fairly heavy. And yes, it is exactly what I thought it was. This, the name of this knife right here up on screen. Because since directly before the video, I've already forgotten the exact name of it, but this is definitely on the larger side. Oh yeah, straightforward, nice, big, beefy, hopefully budget blade. Let's take a look. AR RPM 9 and G10, almost certainly a budget knife, but for people looking for something on the larger side, which I gotta say is refreshing, because I mean, it's not like we don't have large budget knives. They exist, but as far as like the ratio of big, and I know like it's subjective, so you can't say big without, there's like a bunch of like cold steel. Imagine like a gate, and they're just like climbing up it like a bunch of zombies, like trying to break in. they're ready to charge to tell you that a big knife is either the Cold Steel Espada XL or the 4MAX or something. All right, fair enough. But what I'm talking about is in a general sense large, versus, you know, the ratio of knives that are this size to medium or even small sized knives, especially in the budget knife world. We see a lot of knives on the smaller side, and that's fine. There's a place for those. There are people who enjoy them. But I think there are way more of them out there than there are pockets of people who are specifically looking for them. I know that there are people who like to carry larger knives, and this is going to make a lot of people happy because it's a big knife without being like, you know, an insane overall profile. There was I mean, we're still going through a time period where it's fun to have a knife that is both big and kind of ridiculously shaped, like the Artisan Cutlery Proponent, or what's the gigantic chopper thing from the Corvid, the XL Corvid or whatever, the Sheepdog XL. I mean, that's, you know, it's less ridiculously shaped, but it's nice to have kind of a straightforward, you know, large budget blade. I really like the placement of that fuller. It reminds me a lot of the fuller that's on like the Medford Marauder, just like the same width and long oval shape. And at the end of it, they have these thumb studs, which are perfectly shaped. These are larger thumb studs, which you definitely want, not just on a larger knife. I think in general, little teeny tiny thumb studs drive me crazy, especially when they're too pointy. This is not. This is just slightly stepped, and you can see that they've actually knocked those steps down a little bit, and we have this nice rounded button head. This is how you do a thumb stud. It's, you know what, I'd venture to guess it's super close to the thumb stud that I always use as the example for like the best thumb stud that exists is the one that's on the Rat, right? You see this? These are almost exactly the same. Look at this. See how we've just got very nearly the same overall length, right? The Rat actually has taller steps, but this is subtle and rounded. Most importantly, rounded there. I'm getting super picky the older I get and the more knives I handle. This big rounded zone in the center, it really takes the stress off your thumb when you're flipping it. And I know there's plenty of people, plenty of professional couch flippers. I myself am actually the president of the Professional Knife Flippers Club. Plenty of people like me who will echo that because, you know, whether you, I mean, and it's not just people who are fidgeting with their knives, but, you know, people who take their knives out and use them every single day, you notice because you flip it so often, right? Even if it's only, I ain't never for fidgeting. Knives ain't for having fun, they're for serious work. All right, well, for the times you get them out for serious work, I'm guaranteed you're going to notice it if the thumb stud isn't shaped in a way that doesn't absolutely destroy your hands, right? And as somebody who, you know, doesn't have the most sensitive skin in the whole world, it still is a bother, right? So let's not pretend. Let's not pretend it doesn't bother us, because it does. We got a nice tumbled finish here. Really beautiful. AR RPM 9. A big AR RPM 9 blade. Not the biggest fan of the steps on the G10, and really, I just wish this whole area was just like rounded off, because we have like step, 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 and then 90-degree angle at the edge, which is okay. It's not the biggest, you know, it's not the biggest problem ever. There's plenty of this filling out the hand. Like if they had used really, really thin G10 and really thin liners, then it definitely would have been more of a problem. This is okay. Peel ply texture to the top. Decent clip. Not too bad. Not quite the same Loch Ness Monster build that we see on Civivis. Probably could have been shorter, but that's okay. Lanyard loop, lefty and righty clip positions, liner lock. And hey, we're centered there. Good. Good deal. You can absolutely use this fuller to reverse flick it. In fact, I bet you, can I do the legendary pinky flip? Yeah, you totally can. That's cool. So left and right-handed people, that's going to be a breeze. These, I think, in particular, are really easy to open with gloves because you can kind of get the tip of your glove finger in there. Let's measure it real quick. Overall length, I'm going to guess that's 9 1/4. 9. That's 9 inches. Blade length, oh, 4 1/8. That's a big blade. Cutting edge is 4 inches on the dot. How about some size comparisons? Ontario Rat 1. It's just a good looking profile. And you know they have multiple colors too. Yep. Ontario Rat 1. Let's do some other larger EDCs. Spyderco PM2. Ritter Hogue. Cold Steel fan's just like chomping at the bit. He doesn't know what a big knife is. How is he predicting my thoughts? Okay. What else we got that's larger? And by the way, that's the Pyrite XL. I don't know. We'll do some other fun ones here. TRM. Actually, we'll do the Olon Goat Axle, and then we got the TRM Atom. It's not the Neutron, right? That's the Atom. God, I mixed those up. Alrighty. Yeah, cool stuff. Glad to see companies making a few. They don't. It's obviously I don't want a huge like market shift where everything is big, but there's always a lot of attention paid when a company does a larger model, right? Be it more on the fun side or more on the practical side. The reason that that is the case, right? If you're like, I don't like larger knife, that's fine, but you can't deny that there is usually a lot of attention paid when it is a larger knife. And that's because we just don't see it as often, right? Yeah, this is cool. All right. I'll have it linked down below. You guys can check it out. It should be available. That's going to be pretty much it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.